Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Right Color, and this is the reading for the new moon, September 2nd in Virgo. It's 11 degrees Virgo. I just looked it up. I did not watch anyone else's videos, even though I really wanted to. I think part of the reason I'm doing it is that I can watch other people's videos. All right. So the little message that I got is let it pass. So usually the message comes through. It's like, what's going on with me? And becomes the message. And like things that are not working or people that are walking away or situations, just let them go. Sometimes we try to hang on to things like, okay, so whatever, you're trying to hang on to something. And it's like, if it's moving away from you, let it move away. Let it move away. Don't try to grasp something that's already, you know, dissolving. I never wear black. Somebody gave me their shirt. V-necks are so freaking comfortable. So I was laying down. I was like, you know what? Do the reading, and I will be doing September readings hopefully by the end of the weekend. Nancy and I are going to be starting classes again soon. It's not going to be September 10th, like I said initially. It's going to be toward the end of September. We don't have the dates. We don't know yet, and we're going to be live. There's going to be a lot of people live. It's going to be a 24-hour marathon on Sunday. So it's on StreamYard. So I'm going to try to stream it on my thing as well if I can figure it out. All right. So I'll tell you something really interesting. Let me throw cards because otherwise people will tune out. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I mean, hello. Okay. This is kind of the card of conflict, right? Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone has that wants their own way. No one's listening to each other. It's like going into like a crazy house and everyone's screaming at the top of their lungs and no one hears each other. So it's this change, it's like, well, who can scream loudest? Are they necessarily the right one or all right, whatever. So, it's all this conflict, chaos, right? Move forward from that. And then I have the 6. So this is the card of the mother. So it was just the anniversary of my mother's death. And I don't know, she wasn't, I don't know, she like, I mean, I got her, but not like I usually get her. It was kind of interesting. She's dead a long time, like 34 years or something. I mean, she comes through when she feels like it. Um, okay, so this is sometimes the card of the mother. This is the way so this is about moving to a safer place, right? I'm going to a place that's calm. I'm done with the past. Like there's nothing in the past for me. I'm moving forward. Okay. So it's both emotional because you have the turbulent water. Water is always emotion and thought. And then I have the perfect for a new moon, an ending and a beginning, an ending and a beginning. I put a little cinnamon in my iced coffee and it's really good. I forgot how good it is. So here we go. Yeah. Anyway, so the reason I see this as the mother, I never feel like this is his wife. I always feel like that's grandma or his mother-in-law or something, or his mother who's saying, let's get on the boat. It's time to go. Like the wisdom. It's like the ancient feminine matriarchal wisdom says, let's get on the boat. It's time to go. And there's nothing in the past. We have to move forward into the future. It's a better opportunity. They're refugees. So I always understand that as the mother. And sometimes I read that card as like the divine feminine, almost your ancestors kind of guiding you, right? And, so maybe I need to like really get serious and just lay down and say, okay, you know, what should I do? What should I do here, Mom? All right. And I'm telling you, the things that are like, I thought it was going to be solid and it just sort of dissolves, or things that had been solid for a long time and just like it doesn't work anymore. It could be a job or living or relationships, or even your attitude or your habits, or it's like just let them dissolve. New stuff is coming. Oh, I have to hang on to. A friend of mine is moving out of his apartment here, and he's been living there a long time. And it's a lot of stuff. And I left everything when I moved here to Mexico. I took some clothes and I took like 8 books. Um, I took the silverware because it was decent, heavy. It's about it. Like a few little trinkets. Like that's it. And sometimes it's like, well, I really wish I had some of this stuff. And then it's like, you know what? I needed to let go. And it was kind of relieving, and even now, I put furniture in, but I don't have as much as I used to. And it's like, it makes it much easier, like to clean and stuff, like, oh, I have that, blah, blah, blah. I used to have so many dishes, you have no idea. I mean, I'm starting a new collection, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be to the extent that it was before. I must have had, I don't know, 60 or 80 dishes or something. Just dinner plates. And I had teacups and teapots and all kinds of crap. Kind of grandma-y. All right. Yeah. Like there's a new love coming. There's a new intuition coming. There's a new message coming. There's new opportunity coming, maybe new relationship coming. Okay. So know that a certain cycle is complete. The cycle of chaos, you're being led, right, toward starting something new that's full of intuition, healing, love, comfort, and new, and another new. Wow. So, aces are always new. It's a one. So ones are about leadership. And in a certain way, they're about direction. They're about autonomy, um, unity. They're about unity uh, and a beginning. So they're all those things. So I already have 2 aces. The Ace of Cups, which is about like new relationships, new intuition, new healing, new messages, new loving opportunities, and then new creativity, new passion, new fertility. And the cups are very feminine and the wands are very masculine. So that's nice. It's like my heart, right, tells me it tells me, it kind of like prods my instinct or opens me up to a new instinct, because that's instinctual. It's a wand. It's phallic. It's wooden. It's of the earth. It's like your body in a way. Oh, look. All right. The Two of Cups is a lovely, lovely card. The Two of Cups is either, there are 2 things going on here. It's either you meet somebody or you're in touch with somebody, or it's somebody that could be in your life. That could either be love, it could be a business partnership, it could be a friendship. It's something where you're both equals and you both offer each other your hearts, right? In equal measure. Sometimes, either, you give and give and give, and somebody is like, da, 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 or somebody is like one of those givers giving, and it's like, okay, just give me everything. But then you're like, I could step all over them because, they're always there, because, we're humans. But this is not that. It's both, right? It's both this equanimity. And there's a healing here, right? Here's the Kundalini awakening. I mean, it's really powerful. The other interpretation of that card is a choice too. And this is a choice of, this is what it is. It's a choice. I'm going to make a choice of who to love and who to bring in and who to allow myself to be loved by. I just got that. The other thing about that card is it could be, because I really read cards as you, as the individual, it's generally how I read. These are the two pieces and parts of yourself. So like your physical self and your spiritual self, both, communicating and offering. Really nice. So it's you and your higher self. Yeah, look, 6. All right. What you need will show up. What you need, maybe financially, physically, will show up, right? And it's balance. This is also a sense of community. This is really about being in the middle. So my friend took me, I went to the hospital again today to get a new appointment. Don't ask. It's such a conglomerate drama, uh, whatever. I really love Mexico, but it's deeply, deeply dysfunctional, deeply on many levels. Anyway, he took me to the hospital because I don't really understand what the hell they're talking about. And so I took him to lunch, and then he's like, going to give me money. I'm like, let me take you to lunch. He goes, oh, but I ordered so much extra stuff. I said, well, let me take you to lunch. You know, like, yeah. So I took him to lunch. And it's like he shows up, I show up. And well, that is actually one of the things that my mother came through to in the shower. She was telling me who is really here for me here. So that was interesting. So, okay. Oh my, there's a lot of healing here. I have the angel of healing, and I have cups yet again. Because, I mean, yeah, it's not a cup card, but there's 2 cups here. You know what this is, too? It's Raphael, it's Archangel Raphael who rules the heart, which, this is basically ruled by the heart. And this in its own way is ruled by the heart. It's also, this is the symbol of Leo, right? Rules the heart, right? Heart of the matter, solar. That card, it's really blessings, a healing blessing. And healing is really about coming into wholeness. And, so I've tried to do a lot of different things here for work and stuff. And sometimes it seems like it's working. And then all of a sudden it's like, the hell happened? You know, that's happened a lot here. Um, that card is really alchemy. So it's really about taking all this weirdness, all like this not such good stuff, experiences, and taking like the pure good stuff and like kind of mixing them together and making something new out of them. It's really this energy of working with both the dark and the light. It's really this energy of working with both the dark and the light. And there's a lot going on in the philosophy here in Mexico, the ancient philosophies about duality, about the dark and the light, about them coexisting, about honoring both of them. Really, there's a whole thing going on here, and it's kind of affecting me. Maybe that's why I'm wearing black. Because I never wear black. All right. But I got to tell you, once you start wearing V-necks, it's like there's no other way to go. All right. Another 2. Interesting. All right. The way I understand this card is, and it's not just your eyes that you have to rely on. You have to rely on your body, on your hearing, right? And that's how to make decisions. Like check in with your third eye, check in with your heart, check in with your throat, check in with your root chakra, like check in with your whole body. It's like, what's the right thing to do? Because sometimes you're blind and, believe me, with this cataract thing, don't ask. Very hard not to be able to see. And there are certain times of day and certain situations where I really can't see. And I'm really looking forward to moving through this. Okay. And I've had to rely on other senses, which is interesting and good. But, I want my own, All right. Oh, look, a lot of cups here, man. Uh, this is the knight in shining armor. This is who comes to heal you. I think it's you. I always read this as you. It's like, okay, so like the new moon is coming. I always do a little ritual. You light a candle, do whatever you need to do, whatever. If your ritual is eating potato chips and watching something on YouTube, and that's your ritual, and then blowing your nose, then make that your ritual. It's fine. Don't, oh, I need pink flowers, and it has to be at this and this time. I have to do salt on the floor, and like, whatever. Throw some salt on the floor, put in your shoes, whatever. I don't know. Eat some, drink some, make some salt water. I don't know. Make it up. All right, because it's the intent. So this is the knight in shining armor, but I feel like the energy is like you sit with and you call on your angels and your guides and your higher self, and you say, how can I heal? How can I feel more whole? How can I be more whole so that I can have a more comfortable, a more productive, a more ease filled, a more loving experience in my life? So, and I feel like those things are dissipating, or I don't know what the word is. They're kind of um, it's like they're going away, and they're also sort of um, like turning to smoke or to dust or something. It's like I feel like that's part of it. That's the way it feels. So you can invite new in. It's like sometimes you need to clean out the cabinets to say, I have this jam in the back of the cabinet. I've never eat jam. I have it for guests, but it's been back there for 3 years. Probably still good because it's processed. But it's like it's time to throw this away so I can have room for more glasses or something that I do eat, or right. And maybe part of it is leaving it empty for a while and see what shows up. I think that's it. Look at this. There's a lot of this going on, man. So I have another angel here. This is Uriel, the angel of light. I allow in the light so that I could be more balanced, so that I can honor my masculine and my feminine sides and have them be friends and have them work in conjunction so that I could be more of who I am. Mm. I'm strong enough. I have the courage. I'm empowered to do it. And you know what I just got from this? So, a lion always has this uh, sort of reputation of being fierce, the king of the jungle, all that, right? You think of a lion, you're like, ooh, like I don't want to get into a cage with a lion, right? But lions, especially male lions, they lay around all day. I mean, they work at night, don't get me wrong. But like they kind of lay around. It's like, oh, you know, that's what they do. They defend their territory. It's a lot of like growling or roaring, but it's basically like that's what they do most of the time. And tails between the legs, right? The lion is being tamed. The lion is being tamed because the lion invited spirit in, right? And what I just got was be patient, be patient. Like you're letting go of a lot of stuff. My friend, he was like, oh, I couldn't sleep, the one who's moving. I'm like, well, moving is one of the most stressful things you can do. So, like, be good to yourself. And then he's going to have like a going away party. It's a fabulous apartment he lives in. Oh my God. I stayed there. I was his guest for like, I don't know, over 20 days, like more than 3 weeks, years ago. And we're still friends. And it's an old fabulous, high ceilings, arched doorways, that kind of place. Big rooms, big. And so he's going to have a party, and he buys and sells antiques, and mostly paintings, but also like cool furniture and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, look, if you're going to have a party, put a price on every single freaking thing in this place. Everything that you have left that you don't want to move to storage or get rid of, just put a freaking price on everything. I don't know if he's going to do it, but it's like, yeah. I bought two fabulous ashtrays. Here's one of them. Is this fabulous? And a Murano one too. Yeah. Okay. I go off on tangent. Sorry. Yeah, there's a whole new ball game coming through. There's a whole new story coming in. There's a whole new it's like you're looking in a different place. It's like you're looking in a different place. So the way I liken that in a certain, sometimes I use this as a metaphor. Let's say, you live in a certain, wherever you live, right? And you always go east, right? You always go north and you always go east, but you never really go south. You never really go west. Now you're going south, you're going west. It's like, oh, I didn't realize there was such a big park not that far from my house. Oh, I didn't realize that this really cool store is so close to my house. Oh, I didn't know that bakery that I travel really far east in, they have another branch, like a couple of blocks west. Like I'm looking somewhere else. I'm looking somewhere else where you are. Yeah, toward being stable, toward making money, toward making things grow, right? Toward taking care of my body. That's what I get today. I have the knowledge of how to make things grow in the physical world, right? And the stuff that hasn't been working, it's a little bit like the garden. Like there are certain overall my garden is doing fabulously right now, but sometimes, you plant a plant and it's like, you have such high hopes for it. And then I don't know, it got too much water, it was the wrong soil. And it's like, but you know how to make things grow. So pay attention to things that are growing, and the things that aren't growing and the plants that didn't take, move on. Move on. Another ace. Yeah, I have three aces. And this is an ace in the physical world. This is an ace in the physical world. So I was watching Lee Harris the other day, right? Who I really like. I like some of the things he has to say if you ever watch him. That's who I watch really regularly. I watch Pam Gregory and Lee Harris really regularly. I try with other people, but those two I'm pretty steady with. And one of his little messages was, I've tried everything, and like that's how I feel. And his comments were like, nobody has tried everything. So it's like sometimes we need to try things that make us a little uncomfortable, or you think, I can't do that. Just try it. I had a guest here a couple of weeks ago. Really nice person. Really enjoyed his company. And he was like super into exercise. Oh my God, the body was incredible. But that's besides the point. So he was like, we would go up to the roof at night and he would get all this burst of energy. I'm like sitting there on the chair with like my legs completely splayed apart. It's like, relax, like I don't have enough energy to like blow my nose or anything, and he started exercising and all this. And so he was doing all this stretch stuff. So he showed me, and I've been so I've been stretching every day, and it takes me like 10 minutes. And I could already see a difference, and I feel better. And I'm not overdoing it. I'm doing my neck, and then I work my way down the body. I bend over, I bend backwards, I do my arms a little bit. I do this and that. I do the leg thing, the warrior pose in yoga. I do my calves. I do like that's it. I do some squats, and it feels good. So it's like I've tried everything, or that won't work. It's like just try it. Just try. Have a bad attitude and try it, and do it anyway. See what happens. See what happens, because it's like the old stuff is like not there anymore. So it's like uh, you could pretend you're piling sand into the pail, but you're not even at the beach, kind of thing. Let the stuff that's not working or that doesn't amount to anything that you've put effort into, or the people who are walking away, or the job or the living situation, or even maybe an attitude. This is what it feels like an attitude or a habit in your head or in your heart that you've held on to for a really long. Oh, that's just the way I am. That kind of stuff. It's like that's just the way I was, and now something new is happening, and I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to allow something new to come in. I'm going to go to a different part of town. I'm going to wear different colors. I'm going to talk to different people. I'm going to read different sorts of books. Doesn't have to be a big deal. Doesn't have to be, a whole thing. Oh, like I've never worked out and now I'm going to lift 600 pounds. It doesn't, that's not, buy a 2 pound weight and see what happens. Right. Oh, I'm really going to try to eat more vegetables, and oh, I'm just going to go and buy, $100 worth of vegetables and cook them all. Like, no, no, no. Like, you know, like pick one vegetable that you like, find a recipe or two, and you maybe add them to what you have, or make something that's really simple. See what happens. Like that. It doesn't, right? It's like it, introduce your mind to new aspects and new experiences and um, new vistas. That's what it is. That's what I'm getting. Just started raining. I always go up in the rain. I have like a tent thing. It's really for the sun. And if it's not raining too hard, it's okay for like 5 minutes. And then you sit down and you go, oh, it's really lovely. And then when the rain starts going sideways, it's like, this isn't so lovely anymore. And then I run downstairs. All right, let me show you the cards. So this is for the new moon. And new moons are a time to bring in the new. And you could do something as simple as you call on your higher self, you call on your guides and angels, right? Your ancestors, and you say, I let go of whatever has been blocking me from living more abundantly, from living more peacefully, more comfortably. And I welcome in new experiences, opportunities, people, um, perspectives, right? I like to burn stuff, but you don't have to. You know, if it's just walking around the block or walking around the block, let's say you always make a left when you leave the house and you make a right this time, or you go to 2 or 3 blocks away and you walk around that block like that. Like that could be the ritual. It's as simple as it doesn't have to be a whole to do. Really doesn't. Don't make something out of nothing. Don't stop yourself from being in your light, because that's really at the end of the day my message, right? How can I live in my light? How can I love myself more? What do I need to do to love myself more? And what do I need to not do to love myself more? Because at the end of the day, the love that we have for ourselves as individuals, as souls, translates and radiates from us into everyone around us, whether it's in person, whether it's your neighbor, whether it's the people on the street, or whether it's online. That's really what's going on. All right, I'm going to show you everything. Away we go. Oh, good. I didn't overthrow cards. Okay. Oh, something fell. There's a new healing coming through because the past is done and you're ready to move forward into it and let go of the chaos and welcome in intuition, healing, kindness, instinct, new relationships, healing, balance, your masculine and your feminine. I'm inviting in the angels. I'm inviting in the company of heaven toward my security, my physical health, my financial health. The opportunities are going to be presented to me in a very clear manner. And I invite spirit in to help me to tame my aggression, my anger, so that I could really listen to my intuition and rebalance myself, both in myself and in community. And I want to be in a state and in a space of flow, a state and a space of giving and receiving with loving kindness, as opposed to being a warrior and going out and grabbing everything, or being like, oh, will you please take care of me? Like, no, being in a state of autonomy and a state of confidence. And that's what you will bring in. It's a really nice reading, really nice. All right, I'm available for readings. I'm available for healings. I can help you move energy with the really, you're doing the work. I'm just the guide. You're with your guides and angels, like this is the energy I want to bring in, and this is the energy I want to let go of. And it's kind of an offshoot of Reiki, but it's more, it's deeper. It's deeper, and I do it remote, or I can do it. Pendulum is like the same thing, but like light, you know. And I have beautiful meditations available. And Nancy and I will be teaching tarot soon, and fall is coming, and the rain is here. Yay, hooray! I'm gonna go see my children. It really rains here, man. It really rains here. Really, really. I kind of like it. Drama. Because, you know, when in the rainy season's here, pretty much rains every day. And then when the dry season comes, it pretty much doesn't rain at all. It's really one or the other. The rainy season actually is, I think, the best. Anyway, because you know when it's coming, you know, you have a general idea of when it's coming. So you have the day during the day to do what you need to do. Like I have all the food I need and I have my little dessert, you know, and I'm all set. So I ain't going out tonight. You know, it's always just go out in the rain. You know, it's just water. And it's never a cold rain. It's not a cold rain. All right. Blessings. See you soon. You want to be in touch, be in touch. Enjoy the new moon. And I will get September will be done soon. I have to start. Blessings. Bye.